Good morning, my name is Kirsty Dignam, and as with every week I am here to, what am I here to talk about? Interesting. This is the second time that I've done this video. The first time it didn't actually record, and the reading was all about change, being in the present moment and realizing that change is already occurring. Feel into that change is already occurring. And the moment we become aware of that, feel into that truth. We may not know what the change is or what the change will bring, but it's there. I almost feel like stopping the video there. This morning, in my own guidance in our group, which is a daily thing, and I'll put the link in the comments, the Rainbow Bridge came through as a card from the Metatron Oracle, keep it simple, and Circles of Life. When I connected to this, in my own mind's eye, I saw the Rainbow Bridge within my own body. The message very much was that we are the physical aspect of the Rainbow Bridge. We are the very vessel that these changes can come through. And that our role in particular is to sit with these changes. I'm just waiting while my son comes down the stairs. You have to wait for the sun to come down first in the darkness, I guess. So being aware of all the messages outside of us, mere reflections of what is going on within. And at the moment, it really feels like waiting for the light to return, which would be relevant with Imbolc just around the corner. There are snippets of spring outside, but understandably, a lot of us want it to be here now. A lot of us want a different season, a turn of the wheel. And it is bringing it back to the knowledge that we are that change. We are the physical vessel through which that change can occur. When we accept this truth, when we accept that it is our presence here in this moment that connects us to all the potentials, we flush the chain. Quite literally, we can actually flush the chain and get rid of whatever it is that's holding us back. My son's just looking at me. And open the door and go back upstairs and elevate ourselves. So looking around us right now, finding the signs and using them to connect to what is going on for us. So today, let me pause, get my head back. Yes, today it was about pausing and getting our head back, realizing that the change is already occurring, and utilizing our physical form for the bridge between this world and the next, between us and the help we're asking for, between us and our ancestors, between the past, now and the future. Using our body to initiate that change, to conceive that change. So when we talk about manifesting, as a midwife, I would often almost see women at the end part of their labour go very, very silent, go within to what the rest of us would call the unknown, the void, the dark night of the soul, but what is actually transition between one way and another. And they would go into this space and it would almost be as if they were calling down their child, what it is they were trying to birth. This week feels really a beautiful opportunity, like every day, every moment, to look at what we're calling down. What changes are we calling down? When we have a moment of fight or flight or fear or adrenaline or feeling out of alignment, it is that. It is being out of alignment with what it is we are trying to achieve. So really sitting with your body, and if something triggers fear, why? How is that in alignment with what you're trying to achieve? Chances are it isn't, and that fear is there to highlight that for you. I want to say the crutch of it, the yoni of it, if you like, is knowing to take it that step further and do something about what you're feeling to clear your own rainbow bridge. So if you find something that has affected your heart, what do you need in that space to realign to what it is you're trying to achieve? Hope is an incredible thing, and I'm just going to connect to that. Obviously, I can't connect to hope merely by a spray, but just by setting that awareness and that intention of connecting to hope, my body will show me all the places that I'm not, and currently that is in my heart. So today, that awareness, I will take that further and look at how I can realign myself. What does my heart need in order to become a sturdier bridge to hope? Water is definitely coming up. I can really feel it. I feel a thirst. I feel a thirst for cleansing, but also a thirst for water. Water is a fantastic conductor of energy, but also helps us to shift and change our physical components within our body. But it is also us. Yeah, we are 70% water. So I thirst for more of myself, which is what a lot of us actually require to connect deeper to ourselves, to our own divinity. And we can do that through tarot cards, and we will in a moment, and we can do that through sprays, but ultimately in the unknown, in that place that's uncomfortable, in that place for some of fear or grief or just uncertainty of what is occurring. It triggers an awareness of being out of alignment of what we are actually trying to achieve. And I hear, what are you actually trying to achieve, Kirsty? Okay, so intention is key this week in the unknown. In the unknown, it's a void and a beautiful space, but we can get quite lost. What are we trying to actually achieve in this space, in this moment? Me personally, right now with this video, I am trying to achieve a weekly video guidance into the energies and how we can best navigate them. So on that note, I'm drinking out of my husband's grandfather's cup, and it's a cup that he got for being a caretaker at a school. And that feels really relevant to connect firstly to our ancestors. They are very much around this week. And always, but definitely this week in particular, the further we open ourselves to this truth that we are always connected to all things, the easier it is to ask for help, to bring that help down in what we do, and to feel that support. But we must ask for help. We must connect to the collective consciousness, much as that can be quite uncomfortable. By connecting to the collective consciousness, we can see how out of alignment or how aligned we are to what it is we are trying to achieve. But it does take connecting to that water. It does take connecting to the psyche that is far bigger than the individual, whilst keeping our own essence. So, energies this week, please. And we are going to do daily, we are going to do structure. That feels really important this week, to have daily structure. We can't control everything around us, quite rightfully so, because it's bigger than us. But what we can have some say in is our own daily routine and structure, and how that aligns with what it is we are trying to achieve. So, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, overall. I was so pleased to see that. So there is an awful lot going on in my own current circumstances, and the cards this week, you know, if we look at tarot from our immediate reaction, one can often be of fear. Okay, one can often be, if you see the Death card or the Three of Swords or whatever, we can go into that panic, fight or flight mode. And what that does is help us to realize that we're out of alignment of union, because all things, including the tarot, have a double-edged sword. They have two sides to it, and it is down to us as the interpreter to see what is going on around us and how that reflects to what is going on within and what we can do to adjust that. So overall, the card I picked out was the Hanged Man, which is a classic, see things from all perspectives. Okay, not everything is as it seems, so it is about patience, waiting, so that you can see all angles now, what is being asked of you from these outside circumstances. So what I'm going to do is actually, I've got the cards for this week. I'm then going to look at what's being asked from us for a separate card for each one. So today, Monday, Six of Pentacles. What you give out, you get back. It's as simple as that. And it feels very clear right now. Yeah, what you give out, you give back, including your thoughts, including your emotions. So I know our mind can run off with us. I know our heart can go back to the past and how things were, or hope for the future, but really, really being in the present now. What am I giving out? What am I manifesting? What am I calling down in everything that I do? And from what energy is that coming from? Is it coming from a place of lack or fear? Is it coming from the complete unknown where anything has a potential? Okay, so that very much feels like this is what we are giving you. What are you going to do about it? So what are we going to do about it? The Six of Pentacles. Five of Wands. This is what we are or can do about it. Now the Five of Wands is quite a struggle, but it's also a five, and it's a turning point. Okay, so you can see people here fighting if you choose to see fighting, or you can see a stronger foundation being built that just needs a bit of guidance. It's all in the perspective here. Okay, everyone coming at the one thing with all their different angles can be quite frustrating. However, it can also help us build a bigger picture of what is being sent out there. Okay, Tuesday we have the Death card. And the Death card is new beginnings. It is new beginnings. I do feel, okay, so let's bring it back. I do feel. So that feels as if I feel that. Let's see if the universe sees it the same way. What can I do about what I feel and how it affects the outside universe here? Let's have a look. Justice. Okay, we can often look at endings as unfair. We can look at endings out of balance. Very rarely is death seen as compassion. Very rarely do we see change as a positive thing. And that is what counts, how we see this now. How we see what is going on Tuesday. How we see the endings that we are being gifted, the opportunity to move forward, how we actually see that. And we have the scales and we have that balance again. Wednesday, the Three of Swords. Now I felt this last week and I have felt this week, and I actually posted something on my Facebook page about Corona, which I wasn't planning on doing. But it wasn't about the pandemic as such. It wasn't about the actual virus. It was about the fighting underneath. Yeah, the separation, the division. Okay, and how that almost needs to come to an end. When we feel pain in our heart, emphasis being on feel, our heart opens, and it opens to our own vulnerability. And if we can stand in that pain, if we can be present and honor the sacredness of that pain, what we need can then come through. A lot of the times we actually direct that pain onto others or fight amongst ourselves, which is the potential for today, or fight amongst ourselves. And that causes more pain. So the guidance from the universe, the Emperor, stand firm. Get grounded, be in your physical body, okay? Really be present in what it is you are feeling as your feelings. So as I say, I can look at this reading at the moment and go, oh, from the one perspective. And on the other side, I'm also getting the guidance of be present in that. The beginning of the reading, Kirsty, before the cards came out, you said about aligning to what you feel and the unknown triggering a awareness in your responses and what you're giving out there and what you're getting back. So almost like seeing the cards in action through my own reading here. Be aware of what you're feeling. Is that in alignment with what you're trying to create? Ground yourself, okay? Really, really, really connect to the earth. Ask for help. Ground yourself in what it is you are creating here. On the Thursday, there is the Seven of Pentacles. There is the Seven of Pentacles, and there is that opportunity to look back at how far, and I actually really feel Thursday a great shift and a healing, but only by looking at how far we've actually come. Only by, again, being physically grounded and looking at the things that have grown. Not always positive, but they have grown ultimately, and they have helped us to grow. So seeing it from all angles and deciding what it is you take forward. And what I hear is being the manifester of what you're trying to achieve. It's that you take forward. And the word self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, we all have our own prophecy. It's up to us to decide what angle to take that from and what to gain from that. All lessons, dark and light, lead to the one realization that we create our own future. So what does the universe say about that? Yeah, the Fool. Okay, so really that new start now, that new adventure Thursday to say, do you know, I've done that. I've learned that. Thank you very much. But now it is time to truly go into the unknown. Let's face it, 2020 and the beginning of 2021 has the almost shadow of the year before hanging over it. People are suggesting that nothing has changed and nothing has moved forward. Ultimately, that comes down to our perspective. Have we changed? Have we moved forward? Are we repeating the same lessons? Do we need to? Are we ready to truly let go of the stories, to truly say, I don't know what is next because I'm repeating these same patterns now. What is next? And that is on the Thursday. On the Friday, we have the Page of Wands. We have that, yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to take this awareness now. I've always known that I created my own path, but actually, it's almost like a weight being taken off the shoulders of everything that we almost had to discover beforehand and release beforehand on the Friday. And what does the universe say? I almost feel like the universe is going to say stop and pause, but that's old story. So let's have a look. No, see, the Chariot on the Friday. Absolutely, let's do this. Let's move forward. Let's stop with the old stories. You know, literally seeing me reenact what could actually occur this week. Let's stop with the old stories. Let's move forward here. It might not be in a way that we think. It might not be how we had assumed or planned. But when we let go of the plans, we let go of that heartbreak of believing our way is right, of recognizing that there's many of us involved in this collective collaboration that's occurring at the moment, and it takes time for everything to slot into place. Friday, the Chariot. Saturday, I was going to jump forward to what the universe wanted to say. Saturday, we have the Star. Okay, now it's not... There is no point knowing what the universe says. There is no point having this guidance and these signs and everything in front of us if we're not willing to act from a place of naked, raw vulnerability, which can only come from releasing the past, realizing that what we need will come with us, yeah, and moving into the future. But it is up to us to see the vision, but also do the work. We can see the signs. They can be there. Hope is an incredible thing and very relevant for this year. But if we continue to see it outside of us and wait for the signs without doing the work, yeah, it's a collective collaboration this year. We are part of the hope. Okay, so when we see something that takes us out of alignment, okay, what's the bigger picture here? What is going on here? Not everything is black and white. Seeing it from our whole rainbow bridge. You know, we can see the Five of Wands from the perspective of the root chakra and see that as war and see that as fighting. We can see it from the sacral chakra and see it as creative endeavor, yeah, and sharing. We can see it from the solar plexus and see it as willpower. I will keep doing this, or I will take control, or others are taking control. We can see it from the heart and see people struggling, okay, and almost wanting to help, but knowing that they will get there. We can see it from the throat and almost imagine people screaming at each other or cheering each other on. And we can see it from the third eye and know that it's 5. It's a turning point, that things are shifting. And then we can see it from the crown, the star, the higher consciousness, and see that it just is part of the process. Okay, so using your awareness this week as the rainbow bridge, where are you acting from? Is it from the lower chakras? Is it from the higher chakras? And there's no right or wrong there. There's no judgment there. You know, we can act very much from the higher chakras and not get anything done, not put it into physical steps, or we can act from the lower chakras and constantly be seeking help but never receive it because we won't open up to that higher love. So keeping that balance there. Okay, so what does the universe say? Well, the universe says through everything that we do or say, but yeah, Ace of Cups, realizing that everything we do, everything we say, everything we imagine, everything we hope is all part of the universe's plan as well. All part of that divine collective collaboration, that our body is the very vessel through which this source of energy is conducted. And also drinking that water, drinking that water and that drinking from the ancestors' cup, being the caretaker of what we take forward. Okay. So on the Saturday, the Ace of Pentacles, a new physical beginning, a new respect for our body, a new way of working with our body as the transformation that we've been looking for. And what does the universe say about that? 3 of Pentacles, really, really, really mind, body, soul. That's what I hear. Mind, body, soul. Seeing things from this level, creating from this level. And asking for help. Asking for help from family, from friends, from guides. This week in particular, I really noticed, and I'm ready now. I'm ready now. I'm ready for the platinum ray. It's almost like I needed to shift that energy myself. This week in particular, yesterday, I really felt a energy coming in that I hadn't worked with before. I had on separate levels. So it was made up of angelic energy. It was made up of Atlantean energy, of ancestors, of dragons, of nature spirits. It was made up of all energies, but there was an energy above it that was holding it all together. And it feels like it's almost everything coming in as one to help now with what we are connecting to, what we are experiencing. But in order to do that, us realizing we are that rainbow bridge, that connection to the stars, that connection to the vision that we're trying to achieve. By bringing all our aspects together, we connect to all the aid that there is. So when we're in our root chakra, we can connect to nature. Yeah, when we're in our third eye chakra, we can connect to psychic vision and ancestors and mediumship. When we're in our crown chakra, we can connect to masters. When we're in our heart chakra, Christ consciousness, these rays of light that run through us, this water within our vessel of the cup, bringing that all together now so that we can connect to the aid that is linked to each aspect. So overall, it was about the Hanged Man and seeing things from a different perspective. And the universe, 8 of Wands. If we can see things from all angles and apply it, that's what I hear, apply it to what it is we are doing, that shift, that change can be really quite quick. Okay, really quite quick. When everything slots into place. When everything slots into place. And I see the 8 and I almost see the 8th. Well, I don't almost, I do see the 8th chakra, the soul star chakra, above us. When everything slots into place, not only do we connect to all the energies, we connect to our higher self. But we need the physical body to do that. We need the emotions that are occurring within our rainbow bridge inside in order to connect to the help that we're asking for, in order to connect to our higher self. We need to start seeing our physical self as the higher self. Rather than uncomfortable, inconvenient emotions and thoughts and things like that, they are awareness as to how aligned we actually are with what it is we're trying to create. So let's have a little look. In our own actions this week, there are 2 major arcanas, Death and the Star. And I see here an end to how we have seen manifesting. I see here an end to what we are taking forward now. I see here an end to the vision that many of us have clung to for a long time. The universe, the supporting foundation behind us, we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 major arcanas, almost like pillars of foundations, and that is Justice, Emperor, the Fool, and the Chariot. Drawing a line now. Have I done this? Have I learnt this? Is it time to move forward? Standing in that, using your body to help you do this. Let's face it, alignment doesn't feel nice. So let's stop. Let's stop. If we're eating something that makes us feel poorly, stop. If we're thinking something that brings anxiety, stop. Yeah, be aware. Thank you very much. You've made me recognize that I'm out of alignment. What can I do about this to change it? Only then do we become the fool of the unknown. Only by letting go of all the things that take us out of alignment do we move forward. We have a great opportunity to move forward from the Emperor year. In fact, we already have. It is up to us to see that. It is up to us to be our own justice now and say, you're done. You don't need to keep repeating those lessons, but it will take going completely into the unknown, going completely into, it's not even surrender, it's a return. It feels like a return to who you were before the stories. That's what I really hear. And I feel a real divine feminine presence coming in with that. Who were you before the stories? We can look at everything from all angles, which is what the cards suggest. But who were you beforehand? The soul, the 8th star chakra. Don't forget that. Connect to that and move forward now. Union. Collective collaboration, not just with the aids around you, not just with your family, not just with the earth, but with all aspects of yourself now. We separate so that we can become aware of duality. It is time to bring it all together. Take care, have a wonderful week, and I shall see you next week. Bye.